What's going on, guys? Mr. Domo here, back again, and today I wanted to do a updated video on how to submit action figures to collector archive services. This is either if you want to get something graded or to get something archived. Now, the reason why I'm doing this video is because, as you can see, collector archive services did upgrade their website, and so there's a lot of little features here and there that I want to kind of go over with you guys, and of course, you know, to help anybody out there who's trying to get something graded through collector archive services or is new to getting something graded through collector archive services. So right here in front of you, as you can see, we have their homepage. Now the one thing that you'll see right off the bat is this new collectible master search. Now this is the tool that you're going to be using to kind of narrow down on whatever toy that you want to get graded, whatever item you want to get graded. So this is really going to help you if you're looking for Star Wars, Star Trek, you know, Transformers, you know, Masters of the Universe, whatever. This tool right here, the collectible master search, is going to help you narrow down and try to find something very similar to what you want to get graded. On the left hand side here, as you can see, there's a bunch of tabs here, you know, different categories here. This is pretty much all the information that you might need if you have any questions about, you know, submissions, the process, locations, turnaround time, if you're looking about the team, you know, who's on the board of advisors, resources is pretty much going to help you with any of their policies. The browse collectibles, this one's another way to kind of search for other items that have been graded, but the problem is this is more of a broad search. So if you go into it and you look for Star Wars, it's going to give you pretty much everything for Star Wars. Archiving here, this is pretty much going to tell you you know, what subgrades, what do they archive, what they don't archive, and stuff like that. So it's going to be a lot of good information. And then the last one here about collector archive services is pretty much, you know, their mission goal, and then of course, you know, what why pick collector archive services for grading. So the next thing I want to show you is, of course, the account right here, my account. Now we cannot submit anything unless we have an account. So if you don't have an account, you're gonna have to make an account, because it won't let you go past the pretty much the checkout, right? You can't check out as a guest or anything like that. You actually have to have an account. So to make an account, it's really easy. All you gotta do is scroll down to create an account. You're gonna click on this, and basically it's just gonna ask you for your basic information. So your first name, last name, your shipping address, and then of course an email, and then a password that's going to be tied to your, you know, sign-in information. Once you make an account, then you're pretty much all set to go. So I'm going to go ahead and I'll log in, and so that way we can get started on submitting something to get graded. So now that we've created an account and we're logged in, then we could go ahead and proceed on to submitting an action figure for grading or for archiving. And like I said, man, you want to use this the collectible master search tool right here, because this is really going to narrow down to what you want to get graded. Like I said, this pertains to loose box, you know, carded, bootlegs, even custom figures. Now I do want to bring your attention down to this icon right here, where it says new, have a toy we haven't graded yet. Now this right here, I'm gonna click on it, and so if you want to do something custom, right, if you want to do a custom display, or maybe you see something that they have graded but you want to do something a little bit different, kind of like my you know, my Kenner Ghostbusters figure that I had it, you know, a little bit different, then you could come here and request for a custom, you know, display. And so it's gonna ask you a couple of questions, you know, like the manufacturer, so, you know, Hasbro, Kenner, whatever, the toy line, is it Star Wars, is it Transformers, Ghostbusters, the toy name, so the, you know, whatever the character is. So like if you have you know, a Boba Fett or a Luke Skywalker or Optimus Prime, whatever, and then of the year, you know, 1980, 1970, whatever, and then of course here the condition. You have a couple options. So is it new and is it sealed? Is it new and opened, or is it loose? You just select whatever pertains to whatever you want to get archived or graded. And then here at the notes, this is where you want to give them the nitty-gritty details on how you want it graded. So this right here is very important. So if you want, like, let's say you have a play set and you have an action figure that you want to display together, then this is where you'll write all the details, like, hey, have the figure figure off to the left or off to the right, in front of the playset or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? It's like, this is where you want to give them every details, so that way they make sure that they understand what you want. Then after that, you're going to come down here and you'll fill out this portion right here, the return shipping insurance amount, the EA. So pretty much every dollar insures $100 of shipping for shipping insurance for coming back to you. So this is not insurance for you shipping it out there. You'll deal with that, whoever you ship it through, UPS or USPS, you'll pay for that shipping. This is for the return shipping. So like I said, let's just say it's valued at $100. You'll just put a dollar there, check this box right here acknowledging that yes, $1 is for $100 of return shipping insurance, and then you'll add it to your cart. Now when you check out, there'll be a zero balance, right? As you see right here, the cost is $0.00. Now they're not going to charge you, but when you do check out and you put that credit card or debit card information, that's pretty much how they're going to charge you once they have an estimate, or once they give you kind of a invoice on how much it's going to cost, because right now they don't know how much it's going to cost until you submit that order. They don't know how large the acrylic case is going to be or anything like that. So they need to get all that information from you first, and then of course they'll send you the invoice saying, hey, this is how much it's going to cost, this is how long it's going to take, and then of course they'll go ahead and charge whatever credit card information or debit card information or whatever payment information you put during checkout. So I just wanted to show you that on custom grading or archiving. And like I said, this is both for grading and archiving. This is pretty much where you want to go. Now if you if it's a toy line that they've done before or anything like that, then you want to use the collectible massive search. For this example, I'm going to be using the Hasbro Star Wars Vintage Collection, the Mandalorian Carbonized carded figures. So the first thing I'm going to do is come down to the collectible line, and then of course I want to put Star Wars, so I'll populate, so highlight that. Then the next type is what type of figure is it, or what type of toy. Is it bagged, is it a bootleg, is it boxed, is it carded? So this is a carded figure. The name, I'm not going to worry about the name, because sometimes they don't have that figure uploaded onto their database, or maybe someone hasn't had that graded or archived. So I usually leave it blank, and I'll show you why. The manufacturer, of course, we already know that it's Hasbro, so we'll put Hasbro there. There's different Hasbros, of course, just pertaining to the international Hasbro, but we'll just stick with regular Hasbro. The year, I'm not going to worry about the year. I'll leave that blank, and then of course the SKU, I'll leave that blank too. I'm not really going to worry about that. So we'll go ahead and do a search, and then it should give us our results of every Hasbro Star Wars carded figure. So as you scroll down here, you'll see that obviously they're going to show you every Hasbro Star Wars carded figure that's been graded. So you have the 30th anniversary stuff here, you got the 40th anniversary stuff, the 6-inch figures, and then you, of course, if you scroll down, you have the 3 3/4 inch figures. Now this is what I want, right? This right here, like let's just use this example of the 2012 Hasbro Star Wars the Vintage Collection carded figure VC113. This is actually pretty much the same thing that I want. Obviously it's not VC113, it's a carbonized Mandalorian figure, but pretty much this is what I want, right? The cost is the same, so they're pretty much charging you $49.99 for getting a carded Vintage Collection figure graded. So this is what I want, so I'm gonna stick with this one. But as you can see, you could go through all of this and try to find your actual figure. Sometimes they have it, sometimes they don't. As you see, it's showing 300 results, so you could go through them all, but usually to make it easier, I just pick the one that is closest to it. If there's if it's cheaper, or if it's going to be a little bit more expensive, don't worry about it. They'll make the adjustments and they'll let you know. It's not a big deal, so they'll take care of that. So I'm gonna stick to this, like I said. So I'm gonna add this to my cart. Next, it's gonna go ahead and bring me to my cart, and it's gonna ask me for more information about my carded figures. So first, it's gonna ask you what type of service do you want. So do you want it graded or do you want it archived? The only difference between those two is the grade. So if you want it graded, you're gonna get a grade. If you want it archived, they're gonna do everything else, but they won't give you a grade. They'll even put a label on it, but it just won't have a grade. So I want it graded. The next one is the type of case. So you could go with their standard case, which is, you know, it's pretty good. It's you know, it's a surprise. It's not bad. Or you could go with the museum quality casing, which pretty much has like that UV protection of 99.99% or something crazy, and it's a little, I think it's a little bit thicker. I'm not sure, I haven't really seen one, but it's pretty much equivalent to the archival case from AFA. So I'm gonna go with the standard casing. And then of course you have the expedited turnaround option here. So if you wanted to do a 7-day express turnaround, it's gonna cost you an additional $100. If you want to do a 2-day rush turnaround, that's gonna cost you $250. I'm not gonna do that. I'll wait the 30 to 60 days turnaround. And again, return shipping insurance, again, this is gonna be $1 for every $100. So I'm only sending one figure, so I'll just put $1. That's the lowest amount that I could put, so it'll cover me for $100. I'll check this you know, the checkbox. And then the last one's gonna ask you is any special notes. Okay, so I'm not getting the VC 113 graded, right? I'm getting the carbonized figure. So what I'll do is I'll put Hasbro Star Wars VC TVC carbonized, and I'll put Mandalorian carded. Oops, gotta check my spelling there. All right, so yeah, so I'll just put Hasbro Star Wars, you know, the vintage collection carbonized Mandalorian carded, you know. So that's pretty much all I gotta tell them, so that way they know. So when they look at it, they're like, whoa, this is not a VC 113. Of course not, right? In the notes I put that it's a carbonized Mandalorian carded figure, and that's pretty much it, man. Like, that's it, you know what I'm saying? They'll see it. Obviously during the process of grading, they're gonna realize that, you know, what they have there, so don't worry about that. Then we'll go ahead and add it to the cart. Okay, so we could, you know, we have an option here. We could view the cart or continue shopping. So if you want to add more items, you could continue shopping. If you're done, then we could go to view the cart and start doing our checkout. So here I'm going to show you, they did add a few little things here, features during the checkout, so I just want to show you guys. So down here, as you see, you have your summary of pretty much how much it's going to cost. Now, as you can see, it's costing me 99 cents. That's because Collector Archive Services had a promotion where if you you know, did a video on YouTube showing your unboxing of, you know, Collector Archive Services graded figures, they were giving you a $25 you know, credit or, you know, discount for every video. So I did 2 of them. Well, I have a bunch of videos, right? So they gave me a credit of $50, so pretty much it's costing me 99 cents. So if I didn't have the credit, then it'll probably cost me like 50 bucks, right? On this side right here, as you can see, there's a tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, tier 4, and then the express, you know, tiers. So pretty much this is what's happening here. So the carded figures at Collector Archive Services always go onto the tier 1, right? If it's just a regular carded figure, nothing special about it, it's gonna go into the tier 1. So here, sealed baggies, collector coins, mailers, anything like that. As you can see, if you go over and you scroll over to the little eye for information, it'll tell you what falls into the tier 1. So this stuff right here, so this is gonna take about 30 to 60 days for grading. Now if we go over to the tier 2, then it's talking about, you know, 2 loose action figures or a complex, you know, kind of custom figure and stuff like that. Then it'll kind of go into the tier 2. Tier 3 is more of a complex, again, you know, custom figures or custom displays. It's gonna fall into that. So pretty much the tiers just depends on what you're getting graded. Now if it's just, like I said, like if it's just a regular, you know, figure, whatever, nothing special about it, then it'll fall into a tier 1. But if it's something a little bit more complex, then it'll start falling into the later tiers. So don't worry about that. That's pretty much it. It's just kind of telling you what the expected turnaround. So it might take 30 days, or it might take 45, or it could take all the way to up to 60 days. So it's just giving you that information. Of course, here the insurance, it does tell you that I opt into $1, so I get $100 of you know, return shipping insurance. And then if you scroll all the way down here, you have two options on how to proceed to check out. So you have the consolidated order and you have a split order. So consolidated order, what's gonna do is gonna, if you have, let's say you're doing a multiple mission all at once, and then everything, you know, different things fall into different tiers. The consolidated order, what's going to do is it's going to group all of your stuff once it's all done together, right? So even if something that takes, you know, 200 or 150 days, they'll wait until the last item is complete. They'll get all the items done and they'll ship it all at once to you. So pretty much they're going to wait for every tier to finish up and ship it out to you. And some people like this because one, it pretty much makes it into one shipping cost, right? Because the difference between collector archive services and AFA is that AFA, you pay for the return shipping up front. Collector archive services does it different. They'll only charge you what is expected to the expected cost of shipping that item back to you. So this is the reason why a lot of people might like the consolidated order, because they'll just put it into one big invoice for, you know, shipping all your figures together. Now if you do a split order, that means that whatever's done first, they'll ship it out to you. So obviously if you have, you know, a whole bunch of stuff on order, then obviously you're going to be getting like, you know, different, you know, shipping costs, you know, once those items, you know, are done and stuff like that. So if one item is done, they'll ship it to you and you'll pay for that shipping cost. And then when the next order is coming, you know, obviously when that's done, then you'll pay for the next shipping cost. So, you know, there's a reason why people want to do the consolidated order. And maybe some people just don't really want to, maybe people just want to wait until they get all of their shipments done and get one massive box from collector archive services. So you have that option. I like to get stuff done, you know, as soon as it's done, just ship it back to me. And so I'll do the split order. So here, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do the split order. Yes, that's what I want to do. And then of course, next you're gonna go into verifying your address. So if I scroll up here, it's gonna just make sure that this is the shipping address. If you need to add a new one, then you'll add a new one. So yes, that's my shipping address, so everything looks good. And then the next one is gonna be the payment method. So here you'll have a couple options of using a credit card, PayPal. You know, you can use a check or a money order. If you got a discount from them, like a discount code or anything like that, you could go ahead and apply it there. And then once you select your method of payment and you check out, then we'll move on to the next. So let me go ahead and pay for this, and then we'll go and check out my account. Alright, so once we completed our order, right, we can pretty much return back to the home page here, because it's not going to ask you to print anything or ask you to do anything further. So here we're back at the home page. So if you're still logged in, then you're going to have two options here. You could go to my account, my wish list, or sign out. My wish list is pretty much if you see something that, you know, if you're browsing around through Collector Archive Services website and you see something that's been graded before, you can add that to your wish list, so that later on, if you do obtain that figure or something similar to that, then you could go ahead and find it under your wish list, instead of like going through the collectible master search or searching for you know, something that's been graded that's close to what you want to get graded. So it's a nice option there. So I'm gonna take you to my account. Now a lot of things are going to be blurred, obviously, because it's a lot, you know, it has my personal information. But here on my account, you have your account information, pretty much your address. You could manage your address here if you want to change your billing address or your shipping address. And then of course here you're going to see your recent orders, and there's two ways to kind of go around this. So here you could just go through my account, or you could go over here to this tab right here where it says my orders, and you can actually click on that, and then you'll see your orders again. But everything's pretty much on this first page on my account. Now the reason why you want to come back here is because, as you see right here, this most recent order of 99 cents, that was the one that I just did, right? So it's being processed at the moment. signed, because obviously I haven't sent it to them, and you know, they haven't graded it or anything like that. And so you have two options here. You can view the order, or you can get the packing slip. So what we want to do is get the packing slip, right? Because that's what we're going to need to put into the box once we ship out our action figure or whatever we want to get graded or archived. So we're going to need that packing slip, so that way they can scan it, and then you know, it has all the information of what to expect for that item. So we're going to come here. I think my printer's gonna pop up. Yep. And then from here, as you can see, this is the packing slip. So you'll just print this out. It's, you know, it's got the order number, it's got the barcode there that they scan and everything like that, shipping address, and then of course the items that is, you know, whatever is being ordered or whatever is being submitted. Now, to where to ship this is going to be the address right here. Items, sent items, payment to, this is going to be the address that you want to send it to right here. So every time you print out a packing slip, just look at your packing slip and you'll see the address that you want to send it to, and in that way you know where you want to send that item to. So again, like I said, you could just stick to the main page. You could go to my orders. Again, this is going to be the same thing here. It's going to show you all your orders, and again, you could view the order, or you could you know, print out that packing slip. Here at my collector archive services submissions, now this is where you could kind of see what's going on with your orders, right? So if something's done and it's already completed, then you could kind of come here, see what kind of grade it got, see the submission ID, and then of course you can see the photo. Obviously these items have not been sent, so there's no photo and it has not been graded, but you do have that option, and you will have photos uploaded there. So you'll have photos of the actual label, and then of course photos of the actual item that's being graded or archived. And like I said, again, back here you have my wish list, which I don't really have anything. Of course, if you scroll down, you have your address book. You know, that's pretty much, you know, just saving your shipping address and your billing address. And then of course you have my payment data. So if you want to save a payment, like a method of payment onto Collector Archive Services website, you could do that, so it makes it easier to check out. But that's pretty much it. And you already, you know, once you finish your order, you print out the packing slip, box your items, and then just send it over to Collector Archive Service. Now you have the option of however you want to send it to, you know what I'm saying? So I am going to do a video on how to pack items to you know, either AFA or to Collector Archive Services, just because I do get questions about it, and so I really wanted to do that, and you know, show how I package stuff. And then obviously, you know, I know sometimes people are like, where do I send it? So I want to have an example and obviously do that for you guys. But that's pretty much it, man. That's really easy. If you got any questions, you know, obviously I'm always here to help. It's easier to either hit me up on my Facebook page or to hit me up on Instagram. You know, I'm always helping other people out there that are new to getting stuff graded and want to get something graded or get something archived, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, man, they're Collector Archive Services. What's very unique about them is that they'll archive, they'll grade anything, you know what I'm saying, that is just for, you know, whatever's value to you, you know what I'm saying, whatever you think that, hey, I really want to display this because it's really super cool, they'll do it, man. They'll work with you, man. It's really easy. Like I said, don't be afraid of using the website. It's super simple. They made it, I in my opinion, I think they made it a lot easier. So it is really nice. Another thing that I didn't mention, but if you scroll all the way down, you do have their types of memberships. So they do offer these two type of memberships, and so if you want to get into their membership, you know, it's pretty much, you know, the annual cost for this one is $249, and then this one's $499. It's a little pricey, but you know, for the amount of stuff that you get, you know, you're getting some free omission stuff, you're getting a free turnaround stuff, so and you know, t-shirts and everything like that. So it is pretty cool and everything like that. So you know, when you are doing this, if you do want to opt into doing one of their memberships, it's pretty much going to be basically like checking out an item, like checking out like an item that you want to get graded or archived. So you just add that to your cart, and then you'll check out, and then just remember the date because it'll be an annual subscription. But that's pretty much it, guys. I hope this video was useful. Like I said, let me know in the comments, and that's pretty much it. Thank you for the support, thank you for watching, and I will definitely talk to you guys in the next video.